Thou echoest me as if there was some monster in thy thought, too hideous to be shown. Thou dost mean something. Even now I heard thee say, I likest not that, as Cassio my wife. What dost thou not like? Hi, I'm Dominic, an award-winning actor. Welcome to my masterclass. Now, a lot of people have been asking me, Dominic, you say that you're an award-winning and indeed award-nominated actor, but you've yet to explain what awards you've won. Well, I'm not gauche. I don't like to wear my achievements on my sleeve. As an award-winning actor, I prefer to let the work speak for itself. However, this is my award for Best Supporting Actor in the Brave One Act Festival in 2005. I like to keep pens in it now. I don't like to keep it on display. Today, we're going to be learning about one of the most important aspects of acting, if not one of the most important aspects. Learning lines. Learning lines is a very personal task. What works for one person may not work for another. In other words, there is no fail-safe way of doing it. Some people like to learn all of the lines in a play, including other people's characters, as they feel that this helps them become comfortable with their own lines and with the cues. This is, of course, stupid and a complete waste of time. Would you cook a spaghetti bolognese while sitting in a Chinese restaurant ordering a beef satay with fried rice and a prawn cracker siding? No, of course not. That would be idiotic. But why do we need to learn lines? Well, there are two reasons for that. One, so that we can say them at the requisite time on stage. Two, so we can cue the other actors to do the same. And three, because otherwise we're just improvising, and improvising isn't acting. In the same way that jazz isn't music, or hurling isn't a sport. Now, learning lines relies on memory. There are two types of memory: long-term memory and short-term memory. Remember, the brain is a muscle, so the more it gets used, like biceps or triceratops, the more it gets used. Generally speaking, learning lines relies on either the long-term memory or the short-term memory. Now, there are a lot of techniques to learn lines. Some people like to use repetition, for example, to say their lines over and over and over again until they get stuck in their heads. That doesn't work. Some people like to sing their lines as they learn them, which is based on the fact that people actually find it easier to learn through rhythm and melody. But of course this can backfire. This may be the only way that you can remember your lines, which may render one of your roles absurd if, for example, you're playing a door-to-door salesman or a paedophile. Try typing out the words to learn them. Just remember to type them out correctly. For many years I thought that the Hamlet speech was to be or to be. That is equestrian. I can laugh about it now. Remember breathing techniques. If you don't breathe, you'll die. End of. The technique I use for learning lines is a little bit simpler and could even be called cheating. I simply record everyone else's dialogue onto my computer, leaving spaces for myself. My daughter. Oh, my daughter, dead! Ay to me, she is abused, stolen from me, and corrupted by spells and medicines brought of mountain banks. Here is the man, this Moor, whom now it seems your special mandate for the state affairs hath hither brought. Yes! Well, I hope you've enjoyed my lesson. I hope you've enjoyed my master classes. Boy, it sure has been a roller coaster ride, hasn't it? Join me next week for the very last masterclass which will be a wrap-up masterclass of the masterclasses. Join me